Mid-range smartphones are becoming increasingly capable, and the best part is that nowadays, we don't have to spend too much to buy a good quality phone. In today's video, we're going to look at the 5 best smartphones currently available in different price ranges within the mid-range category. As always, I'll leave links to all of them in the description in case you want to check their exact prices or buy them directly. With that said, let's get started. Number 5. Xiaomi Redmi Note 13 Pro. The first phone we're going to look at is manufactured by Xiaomi and is the most affordable on this list. At the time of making this video, it can be found for around $230. The Redmi Note 13 Pro has a pretty good build quality, with a plastic body and glass back. It's a large phone, but not too heavy, weighing 188 grams. Additionally, it is water and dust resistant with an IP54 certification. Its screen is AMOLED, measuring 6.7 inches with a 2K plus resolution, a 120Hz refresh rate, and 10-bit color. The quality of this screen is really good for the phone's price and is visible even in bright conditions. Inside the Redmi Note 13 Pro, we find a MediaTek Helio G99 Ultra processor with a Mali G57 GPU. You can choose between versions with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, or 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage, which can be expanded with a micro SD card. The phone's performance is good for daily use and even allows playing demanding games, although not with the best graphics. In terms of cameras, it has a 200-megapixel main sensor with optical stabilization, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, and a 2-megapixel macro sensor on the back. The selfie camera is 16 megapixels, and both cameras can record full HD video, allowing for fairly decent quality photos, especially with the rear camera. Extras include stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos sound, a headphone jack, an under-display fingerprint reader, and NFC. Its battery has a capacity of 5,000 mAh, which easily lasts a whole day of use, and it also has 67-watt fast charging that charges it from 0 to 100% in just 44 minutes. In conclusion, the Redmi Note 13 Pro from Xiaomi is one of the best phones you can find today in the $200 price range. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy A25. Next on the list, we have one of the latest smartphones that Samsung has released, which can be found for around $270 at the time of making this video. The Galaxy A25 is made of plastic and is a large phone, but it still weighs less than 200 grams, making it comfortable to use. Its screen is a Super AMOLED type and measures 6.5 inches, with a 2K resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. This screen is pretty good in terms of quality, although it's not the best we can find in the price range. Inside the Galaxy A25, we find an Exynos 1280 processor paired with a Mali G68 GPU, with options to choose between 6GB and 8GB of RAM, and between 128GB or 256GB of storage, which can also be expanded with a micro SD card. With these components, we can expect good performance for everyday use and also for casual gaming. In terms of cameras, on the back of the A25, we'll find a 50-megapixel wide-angle main sensor with autofocus and optical stabilization, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle sensor, and a 2-megapixel macro sensor. The front camera is 13 megapixels and can record full HD video, while the rear camera allows 4K recording. In terms of photos, the quality is pretty good, especially in good lighting. Extras include 5G connectivity, stereo speakers, a headphone jack, NFC, and a side-mounted fingerprint reader. Its battery has a capacity of 5,000 mAh, allowing it to last a full day of use without difficulty. Additionally, it has 25-watt charging that fully charges it in just under 1.5 hours. In conclusion, if you're looking for a mid-range smartphone with Samsung quality and your budget is under $300, the Galaxy A25 is the best option you'll find today, and for this reason, I find it highly recommendable. Number 3. Poco X6 Pro 5G. We have reached the 3rd place on the list with one of the latest releases from the brand Poco, which many of you already know as a subsidiary of Xiaomi. At the time of making this video, The X6 Pro 5G can be found for around €330. This phone is large but relatively light, weighing 186 grams. It is made of plastic, although it is also available in an option with a kind of faux leather back. Additionally, it is water and dust resistant with an IP54 certification. Its screen is of the AMOLED type and measures 6.67 inches with a 2K Plus resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10+, and Dolby Vision. This screen is one of the best we can find in its price range with excellent image quality and really good brightness. Inside the Poco X6 Pro, we find a MediaTek Dimensity 8300 Ultra processor, along with a Mali G615 GPU and options to choose between 8GB and 12GB of RAM, and between 256GB or 512GB of storage, which are not expandable. These components provide the phone with really good performance, also among the best we can find in its price range, even for playing demanding games. In terms of cameras, on its back, we'll find a 64-megapixel main sensor with optical stabilization and autofocus, along with an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle sensor and a 2-megapixel macro sensor. The selfie camera is 16 megapixels and can record full HD video, while the rear camera can record up to 4K. In terms of photos, the quality is quite good, even in low-light conditions. Extras include stereo speakers, high-resolution audio compatibility, 5G, NFC, and an under-display fingerprint reader. Its battery has a capacity of 5,000 mAh, allowing it to last a full day of use without any problem. It also has 67-watt fast charging, which charges it from 0 to 100 in just 45 minutes. In conclusion, the Poco X6 Pro stands out for its excellent performance and good screen, and right now it is one of the best options we can find in the mid-range in terms of quality-price ratio. Number 2. Nothing Phone 2A. In second place on the list is the latest model that the brand Nothing has released, which can also be found for around $330 at the time of making this video. Like the other models on the list, the Phone 2A is large but not too heavy, weighing 190 grams. This phone stands out a lot for its design, which is quite unique. It is made of plastic and is also water and dust resistant with an IP54 certification. Its screen is AMOLED and measures 6.7 inches with a 2K Plus resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, 10-bit color, and HDR10+. This screen is of high quality and looks good in all types of conditions, thanks to its good brightness level. Inside, the Phone 2A features a MediaTek Dimensity 7200 Pro processor paired with a Mali G610 GPU, and options for 8 or 12 GB of RAM and 128 or 256 GB of storage, which cannot be expanded. With these components, the phone performs well for everyday use and casual gaming, and it is within the normal range for a mid-range device. In terms of cameras, the rear includes two 50-megapixel sensors, one with autofocus and optical image stabilization, and the other an ultra-wide-angle sensor. The selfie camera is 32 megapixels and can record video in full HD, while the rear camera can record up to 4K. The photo quality from these cameras is satisfactory and performs well, even in low-light situations. As for extras, the Phone 2A includes stereo speakers, NFC, an under-display fingerprint sensor, 5G, and programmable LEDs on the back with various functions. Its battery has a capacity of 5,000 mAh, and thanks to the efficiency of its processor, it can last for more than a day of use. Additionally, it features 45-watt fast charging, which can recharge it from 0 to 100% in just 1 hour. In conclusion, the Nothing Phone 2A is a smartphone that performs well in all areas, but particularly stands out for its excellent design. If you want an original phone that grabs attention while offering good performance, it seems like an excellent choice. Number 1. Pixel 7a. Finally, we reached the top spot on the list with Google's mid-range smartphone model, which can be found for around $400 at the time of making this video. The Pixel 7a is considerably smaller than the other smartphones we've seen, and is made of aluminum with a plastic back, weighing 193 grams. It is also resistant to dust and water, as it has an IP67 certification. Its screen is an OLED type, measuring 6.1 inches with the full HD Plus resolution, HDR, and a 90Hz refresh rate. The screen is pretty good, although in this price range, there are other smartphones that excel in this aspect. Inside the Pixel 7a, we find a Google Tensor G2 processor and a Mali G710 GPU. It is only available in one version, with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, but its performance is excellent for all types of use, including playing demanding games. In this regard, it does not have any issues. The cameras are undoubtedly the strong point of this phone. On the rear, it has a 64-megapixel main sensor and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, while the selfie camera is also 13 megapixels. The photos from the rear camera are truly excellent, offering the best quality we can find in a mid-range smartphone. The video quality is also good, and both cameras are capable of recording in 4K. In terms of extras, the Pixel 7a includes 5G, NFC, stereo speakers, and an under-display fingerprint sensor. Its battery has a capacity of 4,385 mAh, providing around a day's worth of use. It supports 18-watt fast charging, which fully charges it in just under 2 hours, and also features 7.5-watt wireless charging. In conclusion, the Google Pixel 7a stands out for its excellent performance and software, as well as its cameras. If these aspects are important to you, it could be an excellent choice. If you liked it, you can find it in the link in the description, along with all the other smartphones I've mentioned. And if you want to see another list I made about slightly cheaper phones, click on the video on the left. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.